fall down and drop the weight on the floor, who cares? But if you make it, I care. I want that. I want you to fail, and I want you to get up and do it again.
Ever since the New Year's and onwards, I've just been very much so obsessed with the gym, probably close to more than ever before. I've had a few eras or arcs in my life where a few months at a time I've just had immense motivation and passion for the gym, and it obviously is my main passion in life. You know, I'm planning my career and life plan all around it, so there have been a few months at a time where I've been very engrossed with the gym, and those are the only times where I've ever actually made progress, and those two times are when I went from 120 to 150 and 150 to 170 and also 170 to 185-ish, all right? Those 3 times I have been so dialed in, it's not even funny. You know, tracking everything, or if I don't track everything, at least eating a shit ton of protein, making sure, you know, I'm meal prepping, getting creatine, protein, all that stuff in, right? You know, making sure my sleep is decent, but mostly just the work in the gym, you know what I mean? Going heavier, with, you know, or even when I don't go heavier, even with the lighter, drop set, burning weights, reps, and sets, I still go so hard where it's like, you know, it's ruthless. I want to go hard. I feel good in the effort, you know, putting in the effort and the pain, you know, that pain, it's a different type of pain when you're working out, unless obviously you're actually injured, but there's a different type of pain. It's a pain that is almost addicting, and it makes you want to feel like you're sore. It makes you want to, you know, work hard until your body, you know, physically, you can't take the pain any longer, because you know inherently that the more this type of pain you take, the more growth and gain you'll make, and the more experience you'll get. And it's like leveling up in a video game. It's satisfying to get more of this pain. And so times in your life when you're appreciating pain are times where you're going to grow. And this is especially the case with the gym. Now, this 4th and most recent time I've walked into the gym extremely hard is just pretty much from New Year till now, but especially during April, I've just been so honed in. I've wanted to, you know, there's a genuine want to go to the gym, right? Where, well, there's three types of people, okay? First type is, okay, there are multiple types, but I'm going to talk about 3. The first type is the one, and I think these 3 fit the broad category of people out there, but there are a lot of small, like caveats here and there. But the first type of person is a person that doesn't want to go to the gym, but still finds their way there, right? And I'm talking about the people who go to gym. 3 types of people who go to gym, all right? Not those who don't go or all that crap, right? One that doesn't want to go and goes. The second type of person is one that has made a habit out of working out, so it's something they don't even have to think about. And this is where you want to be for the most part. It's not something like they have to contemplate, like they're 100% going, it's already set in stone, they're not gonna, there's no excuse, you know. It's like it's like breakfast or whatever, like you got to do it, you know what I mean? You can't skip it, it's a habit. And then there's a third type of person who is genuinely eager to go to the gym. Now, this type of person might have no life otherwise, but they could just also be very passionate in the gym. And it's a different type of feeling when you want to genuinely go in there and you want to spend as much time in there as possible, not talking to people and dilly-dallying, although that obviously isn't like something that I'm saying not to do, but you want to genuinely do reps and sets. You want to, you know, you want to overwork rather than underwork, and that feeling, that passion is something I've been feeling more and more of. And I think it's some sort of energy that makes pain feel good. It's some sort of energy that makes you almost evolve. I imagine it comes from something like testosterone, but it doesn't matter what it is, it's awesome. And I think everyone should have the same mindset, and I think you should want to go to the gym, and you should want to fucking work hard, you know what I mean? You should want to fucking feel it, and you should want to not obsess over the form and the reps and the weights. Just fucking go hard, you know what I mean? That's how you make the biggest difference. You go hard and you make sure you eat a lot of protein. For an average natural human being, that is how you're gonna get your most, like, that is how you're gonna get your bang for your buck, okay? Like, that is how you get 80% of the gains, and the rest 20% is the rest, not including steroids and genetics, The rest is how you sleep, how the rest of your diet, apart from protein, how it is, just like the how processed it is, the quality of it, how much you drink, how much you smoke, how much you drink. All that stuff ties into it. But mostly the effort and just getting in protein will give you 50% or 80% of what you're trying to get from the gym, right? All right, so I just got a call, so I don't know exactly what I was saying, but trying to stick back to the same topic here. You really got to want it, and you really got to want it. You know what I mean? I'm not just telling you to go in there and you should think like me, and you should be like me, and I feel this, and it's almost like I'm showing off when you think about it in that type of way, but it's not like, I'm not trying to flex this feeling. I'm trying to say you should want to feel this, and if you want to feel it, you're gonna feel it. You know what I mean? If you genuinely enjoy working out, you're gonna enjoy working out when you're working out, right? That might have made no sense, but you get the point. All right, you should want to go in there, and you should want to feel good lifting the weights and going hard, feeling the pain. All right, so let's get to the topic of this fucking video. The topic is arms. Arms is that muscle that everyone wants to get bigger, you know what I mean? It's fucking arms. It's not even a muscle, it's just when you got big arms, it looks sick, you look jacked. And they're pretty much one of the most noticeable body parts, and it's not like something that will make you look muscular just because you have ginormous arms. Like, it's not like shoulders, where if the rest of your body is like you've never gone to the gym before and then your shoulders are huge, you're gonna look jacked, like, regardless. That is the case with shoulders. With arms, just because you got big arms doesn't mean you look super jacked all the time, but chances are, if you got big arms, you're jacked. All right. Other than that, dude, it's all like if someone looks at you from afar and you got, like, I walk by people and I'm just surprised by and just shocked and amazed by people's arm sizes all the time. I don't know about you, but to me, my thought process comes from a place of admiration, where it's a mix of admiration and also like a challenge, where not only do I admire their hard work because I know how much it takes to get where they are, but I also want to get there one day, and I want to almost beat them in a sense. So I'm going to be giving tips on both the tricep and the bicep, and then including a little bit of the forearm and brachialis in there as well. I want to make this fairly short and simple so that you guys can, take in the information with, like, I just want to make it digestible so that it isn't too overwhelming. So let's start off with biceps, right? Biceps is the most popular muscle, I'd say, probably, nowadays. It's always been kind of the most popular, that's what people associate arms with, biceps. If I wanted to get more in depth and tell you, like, if you train this head, then a peak will develop and all this, I could, but for the most part, despite what people tell you online, there isn't really too much of a difference between what muscles you choose and what muscles you train when it comes to the bicep. Like, any sort of curl will pretty much get you growth along your entire bicep. A preacher curl is going to train more of your inner bicep, and a barbell curl is going to train more of your outer bicep, and a hammer curl is going to train your brachialis, which is inside your biceps. It's like it's a muscle that resides almost in the center, and it just makes your arms pop out more. And then there's also obviously that brachioradialis, this forearm muscle right here, that adds a good bit of forearm depth when you do this, and also when you squeeze down. This right here, I have no clue what this is called, but this is just, maybe this is also a part of the brachioradialis, but this is also a big part of the forearm, and it makes your forearm look pretty goddamn big as well. People do want more of those striations over here, though, like those piano strings, because it looks pretty cool. And I will say forearms, when you have big forearms, they look arguably better than big biceps, in my opinion. But I'm not talking about forearm, you're talking about biceps. So biceps, like I said, any curl, it doesn't really matter too much. You just got to make sure you're progressively overloading, and it's a curl that you like, you enjoy it, so you're gonna do it consistently. And so when you do it consistently, you're gonna progressively overload it as well. But make sure, just because you like it, that's not why you choose it. You gotta also like it, but you also have to be able to progressively overload it. So if your gym has only, like, let's say you go to Planet Fitness and their barbells go to a max of 60 pounds, like, you get pretty into the gym, like a couple years into the gym, you might start, repping 60 pounds for multiple reps, and over time, if you can progressively overload it further, then that's not a great exercise for your particular gym. But let's say you have a barbell that you can put as much weight on as you like, then you can obviously do a barbell curl as your progressively overloading exercise, right? So it's as simple as that. Choose a few exercises for the bicep. Don't be too shy with the form. Don't be too shy about the weight. Obviously warm up, but don't, like, you're not going to get injured from, your bicep isn't going to tear off, like, unless you're doing something that's just absurd, you know what I mean? Just work out your biceps and get a nice burn. Go light and heavy with it, but make sure you also prioritize that progressive overload. If you are more concerned about the biceps and you want actual extra tips, going into the specifics and each head, and just a lot of specifics that I could give. If you want a specific video on that, just leave a comment letting me know, and I will address that. If what I said pretty much covers the basis of what you wanted, then you're set, right? Triceps is the next muscle. Triceps is I'm getting a call again. My brother's calling me again, talking about help in our backyard, gardening and picking up fucking barrels of dirt. But whatever, dude. Anyways, moving on. Like I said, we're on to triceps now. Triceps is the big daddy of the arms. All right, so the tricep is almost 2 times bigger than the bicep. It's 2/3 of the entire arm. It's a muscle that you want to train. There are 3 heads of the triceps, hence the name tricep. Mostly, you would want to train the 2 heads, the one in the back and the one right here in the front. But yeah, with triceps, it's similar to biceps. Most exercises are going to get you the same amount of gains, but I will say triceps is a little more complex. You can do push downs as your main, like, kind of basic exercise. Like, even if you only do push downs, you can go really hard with a progressively overloading and also an array of lighter and heavier sets as well. You're going to get great tricep growth just with the cable push down and stuff, but obviously experimenting more will get you more growth. I found that tricep, you can feel your tricep in so many different ways compared to something like your bicep. Your bicep, you'll almost feel like the same burn every single exercise you do, but with your triceps, the feeling is almost completely different with every single other exercise. Sometimes you will feel every part, sometimes you only feel one part, sometimes you won't feel anything at all, and you'll just feel fatigue. So for me, my favorite exercise is the skull crusher. Other than that, tricep push downs, one arm push downs, overhead extensions, all that beautiful stuff. Get your triceps up. And then lastly, forearms. Like I said, there are 3 parts of the forearm as well. The brachioradialis up here, which is this muscle up here. That muscle I kind of correlate with those piano string muscles that grow across your forearms right here as well. Training the piano string muscles and the brachioradialis is easy with any curl where you are curling upwards or curling your wrist back like this, or you're doing like a reverse curl like this. And then to train this one, which is your bulk of your forearm muscle, you do any exercise where either you're standing and you're pulling like this, or you're like, your hands are down and you're pulling like this inwards. All right, any exercise like that, progressively overload it, and you will get huge arms. Okay, so hope you guys enjoyed this video. Peace out.